am a Sexologist and licensed therapist, specializing in relationships, LGBT and all things kinky. Ask me anything this Sunday Funday. Hi everyone. I'm Carlos, a certified Sexologist and licensed psychotherapist. I help people with their relationships, communication, ex-life, and LGBTQ+ concerns. I had an insane amount of fun answering questions here last time, so I decided to do it again in celebration Pride Month. Smiley face. What is a Sexologist? The simplest answer is that a Sexologist is anyone who studies sex. So if you have ever researched how an orgasm works, how some fetishes are developed, or anything like that, you would have participated in sexology. Sexology as a profession can take many roles depending on background and education. Some might be academic researchers, some might work with couples to help them enhance their ex-life, and others may work on creating adult toys. Are there any fetishes, kinks that you discourage your patients from? As long as everything is safe, sane, consensual and not having a negative impact on your life, have at it. Smiley face. ZoxoCC. I'm male, early 40s, in a straight relationship. I have no problem orgasming from masturbation, but rarely come during sex with my girlfriend. It started a handful of years ago, before this relationship, and with a different partner. Now my current partner and I live together and I only fap very infrequently. Sex has become frustrating for me, due to the infrequent happy endings for me. We still do it, she still gets off, but it's crazy frustrating for me. A couple weeks ago I wound up finishing myself off after sex while she was in the shower. Any thoughts or suggestions on how to overcome this? There can be many reasons for why you are experiencing this. I might need some more information, as it could be behavioral, psychological, or probably a bit of both. When you are fapping, are you watching peen or fantasizing about something? Do you notice that you tense your body up right before you come? Or is there something in particular that you do while fapping that gets the orgasm? Pinching nipples, fondling balls, etc. Do you fap with or without lube or use any toys, sleeves? Also, has your wife noticed? Are you able to lose yourself in sex with her, or is not being able to orgasm in the back of your mind the whole time? Kind of a dumb question, but I blame Hollywood for this. Do you actually help people with sex problems hook up, sexually, with someone to help them? I'm not trying to allude to anything, just, really, curious. Not a dumb question at all. You're referring to a sexual surrogate who usually works alongside a therapist by actually having sex with the client to address certain concerns. I personally don't work with one, but yes, it's an actual thing. LOL. Type in sexual surrogate and your city on Google and you might find one. Smiley face. Thanks for the question, ZoxoCC. Hi, I am a 30F and my partner is 33M. Increasingly over the past year and a half, I have started having pain with sex, with cramping after. Lately it's painful on entry to add to the rest of the pelvic pain. Now, it's all the time, without sex, and it takes days to recover if we do have sex. I have heavy and very painful periods. That's always been the case. I have seen several OBGYNs with no answers. They briefly mentioned I should be checked for endometriosis and see a pelvic floor physical therapist. It's put a huge strain on our ex-life, and from what I've read, this could be a very long recovery process, or it could be a chronic issue for the rest of my life. Do you have any insight? Hi there. Thanks for the question. So sorry to hear about what you are experiencing. It must be so frustrating to have pain interfere with receiving pleasure and the toll it takes on a relationship. I would definitely look into endometriosis and a ex-therapist in your area. In the meantime, find other ways to enhance intimacy in your relationship. The body has many erogenous zones, and there are many ways to give and receive pleasure that don't involve vaginal penetration. Have your partner give you an erotic massage or run his fingers, a feather, or even his tongue throughout your body. Close your eyes and feel all of the sensations, letting him know what feels good, what feels great, and what doesn't. This will be a great way to have an erotic experience together that is filled with pleasure. You can also try mammary, oral or anal sex if you are comfortable. If you don't experience pain in the clitoral area, you could have a clitoral orgasm. There are so many ways to be intimate with your partner. Have some fun exploring other avenues while you continue to seek medical treatment. You might have to get creative, but that's part of the fun and will help you to bond. Smiley face. Do you believe that sexual incompatibility really affects a relationship? Not necessarily conflicting X drives, but let's say kinks. Let's say a girlfriend loves anal X, but a guy doesn't like having it. How much do you think that affects a relationship? It depends on the relationship and how comfortable the other partner is in meeting that need. She can love getting rammed up the ass like no one's business, but if he's doing it while feeling uncomfortable, chances are she's not going to love it and he's not going to feel good about doing it. If he's going to feel dirty or guilty or whatever afterward, it's going to take a toll on his self-esteem. It will also take a toll on her and the relationship. Imagine being with someone who finds your kinks repulsive. There is no way that will boost your self-esteem long term. Now if the guy is willing to bang her up the butt like a champ and can find some pleasure in knowing she is being pleased, that's beautiful lol. So it really depends on the intensity of the need and the willingness of the other partner to explore that with them. Thanks for the question. ZoxoCC. Hi. I'm curious what academic or continuing education criteria you had to meet to become a certified sexologist? How does it compare with some of the other programs out there, like AASECT, that require 100s of hours of in-person and online coursework? Also, what state are you certified as an LPC, as I believe state licenses are regulated independently? Thanks. Hi there. Thanks for the question. I have all of the AASECT approved required education hours, 300, for the ex-therapist certification, but I'm trying to move away from therapy and into coaching, so I decided to apply those hours for a sexology certification instead. I'm licensed in Texas and have worked with the most severely mentally ill people in the state, in crisis centers and community settings, which is very emotionally draining. Although I love it and continue working with those cases, I find more joy in working with individuals and couples who aren't necessarily in need of counseling, but are just trying to improve their communication, relationships and ex-leaves. Best of luck in your journey. If you ever need any guidance, feel free to send me a private message. Smiley face. How do you approach discussing topics that you personally have little real life experience? Are you asking how someone can approach those topics, or how I approach those topics with clients? Personally, I will use the first couple of sessions to let the client tell me anything that I may need to know to relate to their experience, and then I will do my own research. But honestly, when you strip off all of the specifics, being tied up, wearing a diaper, sexual humiliation, you are left with some very universal needs that we can all relate to in some way. We have all experienced wanting to feel more dominant, wanting to just let someone call all of the shots, wanting to feel more desired, wanting to feel taken care of, etc. So on some level, it can be easy to relate to experiences I have never had. But everyone is unique and has their own way of thinking, so it's more important to listen to the person in front of you. There may be many people who enjoy the experience of being spanked, but everyone will have their own unique reason for it. So if you ever want to approach a topic you have no experience with, be honest. There is nothing wrong with saying, listen, I really want to discuss with you, but I am very inexperienced with it, and letting the conversation develop. Thanks for the question. Smiley face. I just saw a post on Twitter and I figured I might as well get your take on it. Kink doesn't belong at Pride. Pride is the anniversary of a riot. Get out with this family-friendly bullet. We're not here to be assimilated by head culture. To me, this seems to get close to the idea of a toxic behavior. It takes an event that's supposed to enable those in the LGBT community and makes into something that's still just a protest. Part of my issue is that there are LGBT families, and beyond that there are LGBT youth who may suddenly feel uncomfortable at an event meant to enable them to feel pride in their sexuality. But I'm a straight white dude and I don't want to make an argument that I have no merits in, and that I can't fully relate to the experiences that need to be had for that debate. Thanks for your time in reading this and responding if you choose to. Top level question. Because the automa deleted this, what's your favorite color? Hi there. Great question. Sometimes I hate being a therapist, because I see the side to every story. I agree with the family issue and youth feeling uncomfortable with the over-the-top displays. But I also don't think there is anything wrong with sexuality, and most problems I see come as a result of shaming and repressed sexuality. Especially here in America, where there is a huge lack of real sex education. If having kink at Pride opens up educational conversations about sex, I am all for it. That said, there's a difference between kink on display and full-blown sex on display. Do I believe kink has a place in Pride? Yes, but it should be as a means to be yourself and not just for the purpose of shock value. And my favorite color is yellow smiley face. Thanks for the question. How do you feel about polyamorous relationships? They require excellent time management, communication skills, and a true desire to be in one. They can be just as healthy or unhealthy as monogamous relationships. Smiley face. Thanks for the question. ZoxoCC. Do you support circumcision? Oh, that's such a tough question. Personally, I don't. I think it's a thing of the past with no real benefit that imposes someone's will onto a non-consenting body. But at the same time, I do like the look of a circumcised peanuts, lol. But then again, I like the look of all peanutses. What about you? Do you support it?